Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ross Deuces and this is how not to play Chromie. So first and foremost, I forgot to mention it in my casting video and my chin video, but please, if you could, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. It means the world to me. It gives a little bit of vision to my channel and helps me grow a little bit, and it would be greatly appreciated. That being said, Chromie is by far one of my favorite characters. Mostly because she's just so fucking adorable. My god, it kills me on how adorable she is. I love her. But she used to be known as the Tiny Nuke. Actually, that's what I knew her as. But she was basically known for nuking. She was the perfect, and I stress was, the perfect counter against Sergeant Hammer. The reason being is that her abilities used to have these very large area to cast them. And her W specifically was all 1 damage, and it just punished whoever sat still, which is a Sergeant Hammer. So basically, Sergeant Hammer got set up, you put a Chromie down, and blammo. You just melted that Sergeant Hammer. I loved it. But then Blizzard decided they're going to rework her. And then they're going to rework her again. And then they reworked her for this last time, and now this is the Chromie that we know her. Her W, as they cited, is has changed because, as I was trying to say earlier, because they felt like it was too oppressive of an ability. I kind of agree, but at the same time, it was nice to have that hard counter to Hammer. Because Hammer, if you're not using the correct team, is hella difficult to counter, and she could just fuck your team up. But with the Chromie... So anyways, instead of all damage being in 1 hit, it's now in a vector targeting 3 shots. We'll get to that here in a minute. So her Q is a straight line skill shot. After 0.5 seconds, fire a missile that deals X damage to the first enemy hit. Deals 50% damage to structures. Casting Sandblast leaves an echo behind that mimics Chromie's Sandblast and basic attack, dealing 40% damage. Maximum of 1 echo active at a time. So back in the day, this Q used to, I believe it just went through enemy... No, it didn't. I think in one iteration, it just used to go through enemy minions. It would hit heroes, but I don't feel like that's right. That would be way too powerful. No, that's not right. No, it still hit minions. But... What was I gonna say? Well, whatever. So it can be really difficult to land these because the 0.5 seconds it takes for Chromie to wind up. But once you get used to her, she's hella powerful. I love it. So her W, as we were discussing, is vector targeting now. Launches 3 blasts into the air that land every 0.75 seconds towards the targeted direction, dealing X damage each. So now it's spaced out so you don't have the chance of nuking your opponents. Which, again, Chromie was just disgusting at. So if you're confused with vector targeting, it's sort of similar to Gul'dan, where he has the 3 circles, and you can aim in whatever way, but it's still 3 circles in a line that it goes. So you can't split the circles up. And basically, you spread how much you want them out. I don't know. Well, I will turn on the quick cast for her, and I'll show you what it means. Or turn off the quick cast for her W. And then I'll have to turn it back on because I've got used to it without her. Her E is Time Trap. Place a time trap that arms and stealths after 2 seconds. Chromie's trait can be activated to detonate the trap, placing all nearby allied or enemy... Well, it should be and or, because it's both. All allied or enemy heroes in time stop for 2 seconds, maximum 1 time active at a time. So this does affect vehicles. This does affect Unstoppable. So this does affect Deathwing. This is regarded similar to Zeratul's Void Prison, whereas it is a different type of stop. It's considered a time stop. It affects everything, unit-wise. Well, I should say affects anything, any kind of enemy hero. It's a very effective enemy hero or allied hero. It's very effective. Zeratul's, though, will affect anything. So it's a common strategy if you're a decent Zeratul, if your core is under fire or your keep is under fire, to Void Prison it so it stops taking that damage, and you can give your team just that little bit of breathing room to get regathered and then counterattack. It's a very viable strategy, but we'll get into that when we play Zeratul. Chromie is very useful whenever she's getting chased down by an objective or a Deathwing. You can activate that, and it stops them. That's hella nice, considering Deathwing has a permanent unstoppable. Her trait is Time Walker. Chromie has traveled to the future, and as such, will learn her talents 2 levels earlier than her teammates. So basically, well, it should be than every hero except for Chromie, but whatever. So basically, I get my ult at level 8. It says it right here. 1, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, and 18. So you get 2 talents right next to each other. You gotta love it. It's dirty. It's really dirty, the advantage you get as Chromie. Her first ult is an AoE. Summon a Sand Vortex that slows enemies by 5% every 0.25 seconds up to 70%. It is permanent so long as you have the mana for it. This used to eat up mana so bad, but doesn't so much anymore. It permanently stays there until you move out of range or you deactivate it manually. It is a great area denial. Her next ult is Temporal Loop. Choose an enemy hero. After 3 seconds, they are teleported back to the location where Temporal Loop was cast on them. Basic abilities recharge 500% faster for 3 seconds after casting Temporal Loop. So this is Blizzard's way of saying, yeah, we know we took away this thing. So basically, Chromie had a stratagem, a combo. That's what I want. She had a combo similar to the Kerrigan combo, but different. So you would ult with Temporal Loop, and then you would have to know how to do this properly. So after 3 seconds, they're teleported back. And what you would want to do is use Dragon's Breath, which takes... Well, it doesn't say it anymore. But it used to take time for it to go and then land. So you had to time it. And basically, the way to perfectly time it was that whenever you saw the Temporal Loop, it'll put up a clock. And whenever that clock pretty much reached halfway, that's when you cast it. And that was the Chromie combo. You would Temporal Loop someone, and then wait, and then drop a W on them, and your Qs. Or your Q and your W. That way you just nuked them for all the damage. It was disgusting. Every single squishy, unless they had a direct way to counter that, which was pretty damn difficult, got blown the hell up. It was beautiful. But because they changed it with the Dragon's Breath, you can't nuke them so hard. You can deal some damage, but it's not as bad anymore. So, because Chromie kind of lost that kill potential, I feel, I may be wrong, but I feel that Blizzard said, okay, well, you can have some of your basic ability recharges. Chances are I'm going to go Slowing Sands, mostly because I prefer its level 18 upgrade more than Stuck in a Loop. This one, every 0.25 seconds, enemy heroes slowed by Slowing Sands have their spell armor reduced by 5 up to 30, which, of course, is beautiful for Chromie, because that's all she is basically, ability damage. The level 20 or 18 upgrade for, the hell's it called? Temporal Loop. It changes them back, or it gives them twice. It pulls them back twice. So after that one initial one, it pulls her back 2 more times. It pulls them back to it. And it also increases the cooldown recharge rate from 500 to 700%. It's a great way to CC an enemy hero, but it also can be pretty frustrating if they get into the altar somehow, or if they get it unstoppable, because they can pull out of that if they're crafty enough. And by that point, at level 20, most of them have that ability. If they spec into it correctly, which 9 chances out of 10 they're gonna do that. But it's still a good ability, especially if you know that they don't have it. I think that about covers everything for Chromie. So, let's get to it.
Here we go again.
She's so fucking cute. Let's do this. Okay, so first things first, while I'm thinking about it, before I forget, no, gameplay, nope, it's right here, hotkeys, quick cast, W, off, accept, now this is how it looks, this is vector targeting.
3, 2, 1. Let the battle begin.
Now, one of the most important things about Chromie, her taunt. So fucking cute. And also, she has a cute dance. Oh, you're dancing while we're fighting.
We have all the time in the world.
Is that the same right wing as the last game?
Choose a hand.
I never picked my. Oh my god! I never picked my stuff.
Choose a hand. Terrific choice.
Probably shouldn't have gone the W build, but whatever.
I've done this before.
She juked it. That was a good juke. And I fucked it up. I scared her off.
Good night. Ah, of course.
Payload deployment is about to begin.
Just ate that for no good reason.
Choose a talent. Excellent healing, friend.
Escort the payload.
Excellent healing, friend. Yes, that's right. Excellent healing, friend.
Payload fire.
Oh, I'm so out of practice.
We have all the time in the world.
Nice. We're going Slowing Sands.
That's right.
So the reason I went ahead and got the Slowing Sands instead of Temporal Loop this time around. Instead of Temporal this time around was that was scary. I almost gave Chen a way out. Was because that Brightwing there, if he's good, could, or she's good, could unstoppable the hero out of the time loop. Did I finish this? I did. Okay, good.
You'll be alive again soon.
We're gonna go place this down right here.
Escort the payload.
Mostly for vision right there. We're gonna choke point right here.
Payload.
I dissuaded Chin to go through it a little bit. Not a whole lot.
Power of the bronze dragonflight. Oh, you chose a talent.
Watch that fucking. I watched that hitter. Watch that auto attack go through. Just pew. We're gonna go with timeout.
That's right.
I did that to get myself attack or movement speed. Damn! I was trying to hit my one to get through that. I don't think I would have lived with that chin there. With that chin there, but what I was trying to do is I was gonna smash my one right before that ball hit. That way it would eat it, and then pull out of it right afterwards and keep running. Ooh, that Tassadar ult though.
Oh, I need to be somewhere else.
Nope.
Let's get moving.
Well done. You have been
That
slain.
is the ballsiest chin I've ever encountered. That was foolish, though. Like, completely foolish to do that. Like, he literally had nothing to gain other than getting the kill on me, and... I mean... There's no way he could have secured his getting out. I don't know.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
It might have been by reflex. I've done that a couple times. I've seen a person low health, and I went in chased when I shouldn't have.
This way again? Or is this the first time?
Escort the payload.
Ice Draco, is that Dragon of Air? Air Dragon?
Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Jackie's asking for it.
What the hell stopped it?
Undone my
Enemy failed. Fire.
Your enemy has destroyed a fort.
Of course. Undone my wounds. Thank you. Take things in my own hands.
Almost got Lich.
The enemy is attacking your core.
Of course. Alright, now on to this one. Changing our fate.
Halo redeployment in progress.
Well done. We have learned. We have grown. Choose a talent.
Alright, we're gonna go with. I should have activated my my two,
Escort
but I
the
didn't think it would
payload.
land that hard.
We're almost to my favorite part. This should slow things down.
Yes. Heal them.
I'll take that.
Nice, GG. That's without a doubt, GG. Rough one. They had a good team comp. This is what I was worried about. I probably should have went Q build with Temporal Loop, but again, that Brightwing made me feel like I didn't want to. That it wouldn't be so good if I were to, I should say. Slowly Sand seemed like a more safe option against that team. What can you do?
So it
I'm not mad at that game. It was a rough one. They had a really good team comp going against them, and it would take a pretty well designed comp to combat that. That chin was really good too. It's very rare to see a really good chin. So that's about it from me. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you all have a great night, a great day, and everything else in between. Stay safe out there.